What should we do today? Well, let's build something. My plan today is that we're going to get going with an nginx Docker container build. I like to use Docker for this kind of thing, even though it's a very simple thing, just as like building a simple website, because it makes it very easy to do so and remember what you did or lack thereof. So what we're going to do is start with a very blank slate. We're just talking nothing. So what we're going to do is create a bit of a folder structure for this, and then kind of have the icing on the cake be our Docker Compose file, which is going to run this whole thing. So prerequisite, do need Docker installed. Right now I've connected to a Raspberry Pi that I've just kind of got on my desk here, and hopefully we can actually see that later, what that's going to look like when we get done with the website. But we'll start with first things first. Build a nice little folder or file. I don't really want to do file yet. Let's do folder first. So I'm just going to name it nginx. This is the kind of just very easy way of getting a website live. And because there's Docker container out there for it, it makes it real simple. Then here, we're going to go ahead and create another folder. We're going to call this one HTML, because we're going to put some nice, fun HTML tags in there. Within this HTML folder, let's create a nice little images folder as well, because we're going to have a nice little fun image we're going to put in there. Okay. Back at the HTML level, I'm going to go ahead and create a new file here. I'm going to call it index.html. Just like that. That'll make it fun. Okay, so within the index.html, let's just do something real simple here. We're going to open her up with a good old HTML. Let's see. Let's do a little header. We're not going to really put too much in here. What do you guys think? Maybe just like a title? Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Just something to have in here. I don't know the name of it. I just created a folder a second ago. I decided to call this website Wacky Acme. Something out of all Looney Tunes. So let's do Wacky Acme. All right, Wile E. Coyote would be so proud. Okay, we're gonna have that in there. Let's start with our body. I don't need anything crazy in here. Gosh, I don't know. Let's just do a little H1. Little H1. I don't know why I'm capitalizing, guys. You don't have to do this. Or if you're kind of thinking, why in the world is he capitalizing his HTML tags? I don't know. I just started doing it. Okay. So let's do welcome to Wacky Acme. Such a great site. All right. Let's somewhere like I don't know, 3 on here maybe. A little subtext saying like this, or the impossible is possible here. We're really excited about this site. Okay. And finally, I'm giving up on my capitalization. As you can tell by my clock, it's pretty early in the morning. Okay, so we're at Wacky Acme. The impossible is possible here. And for a paragraph, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm going to tell people. What is it? I don't know. The answer to life is the number. What was it, like 42? Or was it 47? I can never remember. It's one of those numbers. We'll call it that. All right, let's save that. You know what? Let's reference an image. I've got a fun little image we're gonna bring over here. So in my images, I'm gonna paste this guy, and let's reference it somewhere. We can do that in the. Oh, let's do it in the paragraph, right below the paragraph. Let's see. Where's my... okay. Yeah, we'll do this. Okay, let's go back here. Right underneath here, let's say... Let's go throw out an image here. Yeah. Okay, so our source is going to equal images. Yep. Visual Studio's got a few brains in it, and then that stuff was even without AI. Okay. All right, fine. I'll put a little alt tag in there. I don't really need it, but just in case we don't want people lost as to why there was an image that didn't load. Let's just say, about an image in space. No other really big deal other than that. All right. Close that. Yeah, that should be fine. Now we're safe. Okay. So we've got a nice little fun little website built. The next piece is going to be for the nginx container to operate on behalf of. So I'm going to create another file. We're going to do it at the nginx level. So right in here, I'm going to say new file. This one we're going to call default.config, not confog, or con, I guess. Okay. All right. So to not bore you with my terrible typing, I'm just going to kind of copy this part in. It's really not that bad. Basically what it's saying is we're going to listen to port 80. Pretty typical. Server name is just going to be localhost because it doesn't need anything fancy. Location, we're telling it where the index file is going to be. The images, so it's kind of build these within the container. This is just kind of the way that the nginx structure is built, along with its Docker representation. So it makes it real easy once we get ready to do this. So, okay, so we've got all that all set to go. Okay, now let's build our Docker Compose. And this is going to be where the magic is of just with a few key commands, we can turn up all this and it can be running. Okay, so docker compose.yaml. And there we go. And within here, we're going to have some services. Yep, I knew there was something missing. And this is where we really say the container we're going to build. And we're just going to name it nginx. That's fine. Doesn't need anything fancy. Okay, the image, not the image of the about us thing that we put in. This is an image as in the Docker image being nginx. So this will go out and grab whatever is the latest release of that name. Typically, that's going to be pretty stable. If you really wanted something experimental, you could go get a different name if you want to. But I don't think they've changed nginx in a long time. So I could be wrong. I don't know. It's probably open source, so everybody's constantly working on open source stuff if they haven't gotten bored with it. Okay, container name. This is good to set just so you can, when you do run Docker later, you can see what it is. Let's just go wacky. I don't know. Wacky. Yeah, that's good enough. Wacky nginx. Yeah, I like it. All right, ports. This is where I'm going to kind of wonder about this. I think I should have, oh gosh, maybe 80, 89 available. Because that's basically what needs to be available on my Raspberry Pi. And I really only have 5 other websites, and they're all lower than that in number. And then this is the internal one. And we kind of already said in the config file we wanted this to be 80. Pretty typical web address port. And so within this container itself, 80 is going to be the only thing operating there. Keep it simple. So, okay, that should be fine. And then we're going to go with volumes. Oh, it's so early in the morning I can't type. Okay, volumes. And let's do a couple of them here. I'm just going to copy paste these lines because it would take me forever in the style which I type. So basically what the first one is just kind of copying over the default config file, which we wrote up a little bit ago, which the Docker image will actually use to then tell nginx what the configuration options are. And then the other one is just our HTML folder that has our very lovely index file we wrote, as well as our image. And there we go. It's looking pretty beautiful. At least I think it looks nice. So yeah. All right. So Wacky Acme is ready to go, I think. Unless I forgot some, which I don't think I have. All right. So with that, what we can do is a very fun command called docker compose and then up, which is going to kind of say, okay, let's get this all going. But I'm also going to run another command, which is this -d, which means it's going to detach. So I don't go actually into the container. I don't need to. I assume this is going to run fine. If I really did think something was going to break, I might just go ahead and say docker compose up, and I can read, logs as they break. I think it's probably going to be fine. I just want to kind of see Docker do its thing, and then we can go investigate. So, yeah, let's docker compose up. Okay. Technically, we should have a live website. So I'm going to go over here and see what we get. And we should be able to, bear with me here. I don't know why this isn't working. Anyhow, let's open up this guy. Yeah. All right. So, this is the address of my Raspberry Pi. 168 point, I don't know, like 20 something. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's go with this. Okay, and then the port, what did I say we did? 8089? Something like that? Oh, would you look at that? We are there to the wacky acme, where the impossible is possible, and the answer to life is 47. And a very beautiful picture of Austin. Yeah. I'd say we did an amazing work, an amazing thing tonight. I'm good with that. I hope you all are too. And we'll see you later.